In the ancient kingdom of Persia, long before towering palaces and bustling marketplaces, lived a young Jewish girl named Hadassah. She possessed a heart full of kindness and eyes that sparkled with intelligence. Little did she know that destiny had woven a remarkable plan for her life, a path that would lead her to become a queen known for her bravery and unwavering faith. This is the captivating story of Esther, a young woman who rose from obscurity to become a legend, her name forever etched in the annals of history. Hadassah's early life was marked by both joy and sorrow. She lived with her parents, who cherished and nurtured her, teaching her the traditions and values of their Jewish heritage. Their home was filled with laughter and love, providing Hadassah with a childhood filled with warm memories. However, fate, as it often does, took an unexpected turn, casting a shadow over Hadassah's life. Tragedy struck when Hadassah's parents passed away, leaving her orphaned and alone. The pain of their loss cut deep, leaving a void in her young heart. Yet even in the face of adversity, a glimmer of hope emerged. Hadassah's cousin, Mordecai, a kind and devout man, welcomed her into his home with open arms. He vowed to care for her as his own, providing her with the love and support she desperately needed. Mordecai became Hadassah's rock, her constant source of strength and guidance. He was always there for her, providing a shoulder to lean on and a voice of wisdom in times of uncertainty. He showered her with the same love and affection he would have given his own daughter, nurturing her with a warmth that made her feel safe and cherished. He taught her about their shared faith, instilling in her a deep respect for their Jewish traditions and customs. Through stories and teachings, he imparted the values and beliefs that had been passed down through generations. Under his watchful eye, Hadassah flourished. She absorbed his teachings like a sponge, growing not just in knowledge, but in wisdom and understanding. She blossomed into a beautiful young woman, her inner beauty shining even brighter than her outward appearance. Her grace and poise were evident to all who met her. Life in Persia was vibrant and bustling for Hadassah and Mordecai. The markets were filled with the sights and sounds of a thriving community, a place where different cultures and traditions intersected. They resided in the city of Susa, the grand capital of the Persian Empire. It was a city of immense beauty and historical significance, a place where the past and present coexisted. The city pulsed with life, its streets teeming with merchants, artisans, and people from all walks of life. Every corner of Susa was alive with activity, a testament to its prosperity. The air hummed with the sounds of trade, laughter, and the melodic strains of traditional Persian music. It was a symphony of daily life that created a unique and vibrant atmosphere. Yet amidst this vibrant tapestry of cultures, Hadassah and Mordecai remained deeply rooted in their Jewish identity. They held fast to their traditions, finding strength and solace in their faith. Mordecai, a respected figure within the Jewish community, worked diligently as an official in the king's court. His role was not just a job, but a position of influence and responsibility. His position gave him a glimpse into the inner workings of the Persian government, a world of power, politics, and intrigue. He navigated this complex environment with wisdom and integrity. Little did he know that his position would one day play a pivotal role in shaping Hadassah's destiny and the fate of the entire Jewish population in Persia. His actions and decisions would have far-reaching consequences. As Hadassah grew older, her beauty became legendary. Her presence was captivating, and she had a natural charm that endeared her to everyone she met. Her radiant smile had the power to light up a room, and her gentle nature drew people to her. She was a beacon of kindness and compassion in a world that could often be harsh and unforgiving. Yet, despite her captivating beauty, she remained humble and kind, her heart untouched by vanity. She never let her looks define her, always focusing on the goodness within. She possessed a rare inner strength, a resilience forged in the face of adversity. This strength was a testament to her character and the values instilled in her by Mordecai. This inner strength would be tested time and again in the years to come as she navigated the complexities of court life and confronted unimaginable dangers. Her journey was just beginning, and the challenges ahead would require all the courage and wisdom she had gained under Mordecai's loving care. Word of Hadassah's extraordinary beauty eventually reached the ears of King Xerxes, the powerful ruler of Persia. His court was abuzz with tales of her unmatched allure and grace. Intrigued by the tales of her beauty, King Xerxes decided to hold a grand competition, a search throughout his vast kingdom for the most beautiful woman to become his queen. This was no ordinary contest. It was a spectacle of grandeur and opulence. Young women from far and wide, each more stunning than the last, were brought to the palace, their hearts filled with both hope and trepidation. They came from different regions, each bringing their unique charm and beauty, hoping to win the king's favor. Mordecai, recognizing the potential danger this posed to Hadassah's Jewish identity, made a difficult decision. He knew the stakes were high and the risks even higher. He urged her to keep her heritage a secret, fearing that revealing her Jewish roots might jeopardize her safety in a court where such things were not always celebrated. The court was a place of intrigue and danger, where secrets could mean the difference between life and death. With a heavy heart, Hadassah agreed, understanding the need for secrecy in such uncertain times. She knew that her silence was a shield, protecting her from the unknown dangers that lurked in the shadows of the palace. She adopted the Persian name Esther, a name that would forever be linked to her extraordinary story. This new identity was not just a name, but a symbol of her resilience and adaptability. Esther, with her captivating beauty and quiet grace, easily outshone all the other women vying for the king's attention. Her presence was magnetic, drawing the eyes of everyone in the court. King Xerxes, upon laying eyes on her, was captivated. He saw in her not just beauty, but a depth and kindness that set her apart from all others. He was smitten by her beauty, her elegance, and the kindness that shone through her eyes. It was as if he had found a rare gem in a sea of ordinary stones. In a grand ceremony, Esther was crowned Queen of Persia. Her life forever changed. The ceremony was a lavish affair, filled with music, dance, and celebration. The weight of the crown rested heavily on Esther's head. It was not just a symbol of her new status, but a reminder of the immense responsibility she now bore. She was now the most powerful woman in Persia, yet she carried a secret that could shatter her world. Her dual identity was a constant source of tension and fear. The fear of discovery was a constant shadow, a reminder of the danger she faced should her true identity be revealed. Every day was a delicate dance of maintaining her facade while staying true to herself. Despite the opulence of her surroundings, Esther never forgot her roots, her heart yearning for the day when she could finally live openly as her true self. She held on to the hope that one day her people would be safe and she could reveal her true identity without fear. Section 4. A Hidden Identity, Esther's Secret. Life as queen was a whirlwind of lavish banquets, elaborate ceremonies, and the constant pressure of courtly intrigue. Esther navigated this new world with grace and intelligence. She quickly won the hearts of the people with her kindness and compassion, proving herself to be a wise and benevolent ruler. Yet, behind her radiant smile, she carried the heavy burden of her hidden identity. King Xerxes, oblivious to Esther's secret, adored his new queen. He showered her with gifts, affection, and the power that came with being the queen of Persia. He trusted her judgment implicitly, often seeking her counsel on matters of the kingdom. Esther, for her part, cared deeply for her husband, finding in him a man of honor and integrity, despite the complexities of his position. Meanwhile, Mordecai remained a constant source of support for Esther. He visited her regularly, their conversations veiled in secrecy as they discussed matters of importance to the Jewish community. Mordecai, through his position in the king's court, kept a watchful eye on events, always alert for any signs of danger that might threaten Esther or their people. Life in the palace, for all its grandeur, could be a lonely existence for Esther. The constant fear of discovery, the weight of her secret, and the longing for her true identity created a sense of isolation. She yearned for a time when she could freely express her faith and heritage, to be surrounded by those who understood and shared her beliefs. Little did she know that a storm was brewing, one that would test her courage and force her to make an impossible choice. Section 5. The shadow of Haman's hate. A shadow of darkness fell upon the kingdom of Persia in the form of Haman, a proud and ambitious man who had risen to become the king's most trusted advisor. His influence over the kingdom was immense, and his power seemed unchallenged. Haman, driven by a toxic mix of pride and prejudice, harbored a deep-seated hatred for the Jewish people. This animosity was not just a passing feeling, but a burning rage that consumed him. This hatred stemmed from a perceived slight, a refusal by Mordecai to bow down before him. Mordecai's act of defiance was a direct challenge to Haman's authority and ego. Enraged by what he saw as disrespect, Haman plotted revenge. A plan so sinister it threatened the very existence of the Jewish population in Persia. His mind was a cauldron of dark schemes and malevolent intentions. Haman, using his position of influence, poisoned the king's mind against the Jews. He whispered insidious lies and half-truths, each word carefully chosen to sow seeds of doubt and fear. He spun tales of disloyalty and deceit, painting them as a threat to the stability of the kingdom. His words were like venom, spreading distrust and animosity. King Xerxes, unaware of Haman's true motives, fell prey to his advisor's manipulative words. The king, trusting Haman implicitly, did not see the malice behind his advisor's counsel. He agreed to a decree, a horrifying edict that authorized the extermination of all Jews within the Persian Empire. The decree was a death sentence, a chilling proclamation of impending doom. News of the decree spread like wildfire through the Jewish community, igniting fear and despair. The once peaceful lives of the Jews were now overshadowed by the specter of annihilation. Families were torn apart, their lives thrown into chaos as they faced the looming threat of annihilation. The air was thick with sorrow and uncertainty as people clung to each other for comfort. Mordecai, upon learning of the impending genocide, was devastated. The weight of the decree pressed heavily on his shoulders, and he felt the anguish of his people deeply. He knew he had to act, to find a way to stop Haman's evil plan and save his people from certain death. His resolve was unshakable, and he began to formulate a plan. Mordecai, his heart heavy with grief and fear, sought out Esther. He knew that she, as queen, held a unique position of influence that could be their only hope. He appeared before the palace gates, his clothes torn and ashes sprinkled on his head, a visible symbol of mourning and despair. His appearance was a desperate plea for attention and action. He sent word to Esther, revealing her true heritage and the grave danger facing their people. The message was urgent, a call to action that could not be ignored. He implored her to intervene, to use her position as queen to plead with the king for mercy, to save their people from Haman's wrath. Esther's courage and wisdom would be their last hope in this dark hour. Mordecai's challenge to Esther, suggesting that she was in her royal position for a purpose, reminds us of our moral responsibility to act when we are in a position to help others. It emphasizes that our privileges and positions often come with an obligation to use them for the good, while creating a proactive approach during difficult situations and utilizing powerful positions to impact your community in a positive manner. Esther approached her role as queen with humility. Rather than flaunting her position, she didn't abuse her position of power. Instead, she used it to serve and protect her people. Her humility and selflessness remind us that true leadership often involves putting others' needs before our own and using power responsibly. Esther didn't rush into revealing Haman's plot. She carefully planned and waited for the right moment, which teaches us the importance of patience and timing when dealing with delicate situations. Knowing when to act can be as crucial as the action itself. Esther's willingness to advocate for her people, even at great personal risk, underscores the importance of standing up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. It teaches the value of advocacy, especially in times of oppression or danger. Esther initially hesitated to approach the king, fearing for her life. However, she overcame this fear by focusing on the greater good. Her story shows that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. These lessons make the story of Esther relevant across different contexts, offering wisdom on leadership, justice, and the human spirit's capacity to overcome challenges. Esther's bravery was celebrated by her people, and she became a symbol of hope and resilience. Her actions not only saved lives, but also strengthened the faith and unity of the Jewish community. When Queen Esther eventually passed away, her death was mourned deeply. Her life and legacy left an indelible mark on the hearts of her people. The exact date of Queen Esther's death is not recorded in historical texts or the Bible, so the details of when or how she passed away remain unknown. Her story is set during the reign of King Xerxes I of Persia, which spanned from 465 to 486 BCE. Esther is most remembered for her bravery, wisdom, and faith in God. She is celebrated primarily through the Jewish festival of Purim, which commemorates the deliverance of the Jewish people from Haman's plot of destruction. During Purim, the story of Esther is read aloud from the Book of Esther, also called the Megillah, and Jews around the world celebrate with feasting, giving gifts to the poor, and sharing food with friends. Esther is revered as a symbol of courage and the power of standing up for what is right, even in the face of great personal risk. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It's a small gesture, but one truly appreciated. And if you haven't already, come on over and join our growing family by subscribing to our channel. Come and explore the Bible and all its stories as we navigate together through this journey of our lives. May God bless you and all your endeavors. Thank you for watching.